Hey guys, Raymond Rainer here, and welcome back to another tutorial. Out of the few popular questions I get, this one is going to be covering how I edit my Instagram pictures, how I edit like a lot of my photography pictures. And before I get started into this tutorial, I know there's a lot of other people out there that say, oh, you can get these presets, you can find the link in the description and you gotta pay for them. No. All these presets I'm using, I will give you guys a link to them. They are all free presets. You can go down into the link, I think it's my Google Drive folder, you can find them in, and you can just download them from there and import them to your Lightroom. Also, for editing, I use an app on my phone when I do phone pictures called Darkroom. You can find it in the App Store, it's free. You can also get in-app purchases to get like different filters and stuff, which is pretty cool. So those are the two different apps I use for editing, but today I'm going to show you like a little walkthrough of like my process of editing pictures on my computer here, and yeah, let's just get right into it. First picture we got is my brother. He's acting kind of cool. Now one thing I am doing, I'm shooting all my pictures in RAW. I used to shoot in JPEG, but once I started shooting in RAW, you have so much more flexibility. Like watch, if I turn my exposure down, look, you can see the detail in the clouds now. Before, when you have it at normal, it looks like there's no detail in the clouds. Turn my highlights down just a little, pull that down, now pull my shadows up, and look, this is like a perfectly exposed image. Look, we can add some clarity to it. I mean, this looks pretty cool. I just kind of like that dark feel to it, and I think that's pretty cool. Now this would be a cool one to post on Instagram. So some of these like aren't the best pictures, like you can see the little highlight area, it's not perfectly lit, but we'll do a little bit of editing to make it look pretty good. So some of my favorite ones, if I go down to, would be the Nate Cam looks. Kind of has like that old Kodak kind of feel. So like here's a cool one. Pull the highlights down, exposure down a little bit, shadows up a bit, and then add some contrast or some saturation. Make it a little warmer. Let's add a little bit of green, and then we can go down here to the hue colors, and we can change the green. So the greens, you can see the greens in here changing. Like that, so it's a little more darker green. You can also change the yellows, so you can see like back here and here the yellow color is changing. I think that's pretty good. Oranges, want more of like a yellow. There we go. I think that looks like a good image there. So what's cool about here, you can see your little preview and just scroll through different filters you have and choose like some of your favorite ones. This midsummer one's pretty cool. I kind of like this one for certain pictures. I'm gonna pull down the contrast a little bit. It has a little too much color. That looks pretty cool there with the color. We can always go down here and adjust the colors. So like the yellows, oranges, which is his face. Here's one I actually put on my Instagram that I did with me looking like a little chotch. But yeah, so I can go in to, you know, my Nate Cam. I kind of like this one. So you see it's a little brighter over here, so we'll turn down the highlights a bit. Maybe exposure, let's pull that up. Okay, maybe the exposure up a little more. That there's a little too much sharpening going on down here. You can also change it to make it a little warmer because you don't want it to be cold looking. So that's pretty good. And there, look, it looks a lot better. So if I go reset, you see the original, there's that. That is really why I love shooting in RAW, because you have so much flexibility with your images. Yes, it could end up making you lazy when you shoot your pictures because you rely on the camera, but also it's good so if you accidentally shoot some things wrong, or you want to turn up your settings up later, or you want to bring them down, it helps so you have that extra flexibility in your pictures. We have one traveling in Colorado. This is in Denver, Colorado, going out to Red Rocks. Pretty cool. So this is one of the Nate Cam pics. It has like this cool old film look, kind of. Maybe not, but kind of. Let's bring the color up a little. The blues, we can change the blues. We can make it more like that. Look at that. And that's pretty cool. It kind of has like that Mad Max look right there. Another one right here. We have an old looking car, which is cool because old cars in old towns look great. You can use this filter. Look at that. I mean, look at that. That looks awesome. I think it has just a little too much clarity. Pull the shadows up a bit. Highlights down. I mean, that looks really clean right there. Or you can maybe want to go for like a black and white look. You can do. So turn the highlights down just a little. Bring up those shadows. Maybe add a little more clarity. Or you can go for something a little more retro, old style looking. Kind of like this. Bring the shadows up just a bit. And the saturation, the clarity, turn the highlights down, and boom. Look at that sexy, sharp image. Go to full screen. Look at that. It's so beautiful. So also we have looking out the wing of the plane, and you got, I don't know whatever this is, but this was really cool how it just kept going from these mountains, which just amazed me. So we have something there. So I mean, here's the 6 again from Nate Cam. Turn that down. You can see how much like you lose detail when you're editing JPEG pictures. You don't have like full control over it. Let me make it a little warm. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's reframe this a little bit. Aspect. Let's give it a little 16 by 9. So we'll pull up just a little bit there. And that looks pretty cool. You probably even hang that up. I don't know. We got this last one. So let's throw a little bit of grading. I kind of like this one. Turn that down a little bit. I believe this was shot with my Rokinon lens, which is 14 millimeters. So there's that. A little bit of saturation. And then what we can do is, we can do this, make this purple up here. Play with the yellows. Not more of like an orangey color. I think that looks pretty cool there. So that's about all the images I have for now to edit. And usually to get these, you just export them into a folder, and then if you have an iPhone and a Mac, you use your airdrop it right to your phone. Or if you have like Mac and Android or something, you can always go to Google Drive or Dropbox, drop it in a folder, and then just download it on your phone so you can post on Instagram. Either way, if I do multiple pictures, I usually put it in a Google Drive and then just save the ones I like. Also, one more thing, when I do shoot photos, I end up shooting like 100, maybe 200 or so, and I only end up saving about like 20% of that. So if I shoot 100, I really only end up saving like the best 20. So I think that's another thing when you guys are taking pictures and shooting pictures, just shoot everything. Shoot it from different angles, like either landscape or portrait mode. Just try and capture it in many different ways, because in editing you can always go back through, start editing a little bit, and if something doesn't work, you can always delete the picture, move on to another picture that may be better for you. So hopefully this tutorial has helped you guys with editing in Lightroom or your phone if you're using like Darkroom. It kind of has like some of these Nate Cam looking presets in it for your iPhone pictures, which is what I like to use. I find it better than VSCO and a lot of the other ones on iOS. So, and it's also for Android too, I believe, Darkroom, so you can download it on Android. But And also Filter Loop is another good one for Android. So thank you all for watching this. Hopefully you have enjoyed it, and this has helped you. If it has, please be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Also, be sure to subscribe so you guys get to see more tutorials every Tuesday here through April. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next tutorial. Peace!